Alright, BB40 back with the Tier 3 gun review. And as you can see from the chart, not really any good strong guns in this particular tier. There's no powerful rifle, no no RPG. And again, the MG4, which is the gun you see in the top there in the picture, looks like it should be a pretty badass machine gun, but again, they're just very, very weak ammo. It's only at gosh, I forget what the rating was, but like maybe 12, I think it was. Not very good at all for such a big, mean-looking machine gun. So, going over again what I did to rate these guns. First I looked at ammo capacity. Simply took the total amount of ammo when the gun's papped up and divided by 100. That gives you a number for ammo capacity. And that really helped the MG4, but it's the only thing it had going for it was a lot of ammo capacity. Its fire rate was good too, at 800 rounds per minute, which is pretty good. And we seem to be seeing that as we go up, of course, in higher and higher tiers, you're getting guns that have more ammo. And most of them end up with better fire rates. But the ammo itself, the damage, is really not that strong. It hasn't really gone up very much from like tier 1 up to tier 3. We're not seeing a whole lot of increase in bullet damage. So next I looked at this. This is the bullet damage column. And the strongest one of them all was the shotgun. But again, not really, really strong. And it fell about the middle of the range here in the review because mainly the reload speed. It's the same thing I've seen in the shotgun in all three tiers now, is it takes like over 10 seconds to load all the shells, usually about 16 shells, and they all load it individually, and it's a very slow process. And you just got to run around for 10 seconds without any ammo, and it just this would be an awesome gun if it could just reload quicker. You know, there's another game, Zombies, what is it? Project Lazarus, where when you get the gun papped, the shotgun's papped, it loads like 2 or 3 shells at a time, and the reload is a lot quicker for a papped gun than an unpapped. But this game here, this game does not give you any advantage on reload when you get the gun papped. It still takes just as long to load each shell as it does for unpapped gun. Only you have to load twice as many shells now, so that's unfortunately the shotgun did not do very well for reload speed. And even though it was the strongest for bullet damage, and the fire rate was pretty slow too, and low ammo, so that really hurt the shotgun in this case, the SPAS 12. So looking at reload speed, this is what I was just talking about, where the SPAS 12 just was worthless as far as reload speed. G13 pistol came in very high. It only took like 1.5 seconds. And SR2 machine gun had a very quick reload speed. I think it was about 2.5 seconds, so very, very quick for a machine gun. And that's why it came in top of the chart. That really helped it a lot. Plus the fire rate of 900 rounds per minute, and a lot of ammo capacity. One of the higher capacity ammo guns in this particular tier. So reload speed, I simply took, I had to use a scale from 1 to 5. Well, it's basically actually about 1 to 10. And the quicker it was, the higher number it got. So for instance, if it was a second or less, it would end up with a 10. You see the G13 pistol was 1.5 seconds, so it came in at 9. And that's how I rated these reload speeds. Now the last thing I looked at was fire rate. And several guns, well, 3 in a row, the top 3 guns were boosted up to the top of this chart because of the fire rate being at 900 rounds per minute, very, very fast. So I simply take that fire rate and divide it by 100 to give it a value here from 1 to 10 for the fire rate column, as you can see here. And MG4 at the bottom did have a fairly decent fire rate of 800 rounds per minute, but again, the reload speed was so slow. I think it was just like over 5 seconds. Close to 5.5 seconds. It's really, really hurt this gun, as well as the shotgun. So these are the 4 categories, and these are the same 4 categories that you see in any gun when you go in to select your gun. If you click on that gun, a box will pop up in the bottom right And that box will give you all this information. It will give you ammo capacities, it will give you bullet damage, the reload speed to reload the gun, and the fire rate. So I just use these same 4 categories, the same 4 statistics that's given for each gun in my chart here, and just assign each one a value and total them all up in order to rank these guns according to how well they did in my review. And of course, you know, obviously everyone's got their own opinions of which gun should be the best. Like some people might think the SR-25, which is a fairly, you know, had a fairly good damage, like about 39 I think it was, should probably be rated higher. And has a quick reload speed, but the fire rate was very slow and ammo was very limited. So that hurt that gun, the SR-25, kept it from hitting the top of the chart. So anyway, I'm going to go in and show you each gun in order, from starting from the bottom, working my way up. I'm going to show you what they're like before they get papped and after they get papped, so you get an idea of what these guns are like to use in the game. Personally, if I had a choice, I usually go with the, I really like the shotguns. Even though it's a slow rate, it takes a long time to reload, they're very strong. And I like taking zombies down quickly. So, but anyway, this is the MG4, and you see it's 800 rounds per minute. A total of, it starts off with 150. When you pap it, has 300 rounds in the chamber with 450 in reserve, so it's a very strong gun. Lots of ammo. Not very strong, but lots of ammo. So this is what it looks like if you kind of pan it around and take a look at all of it. It's very detailed. I really like the detail they put in these guns in this game. Better than any other zombie shooting game I've seen so far. They have the best looking guns. So here's the gun in action. What helps it is the fact that it has so many ammo. I mean, so much ammo in the chamber, and a fairly decent fire rate. The fire rate, again, was 800 rounds per minute, which is not too bad. But you see, it takes a lot of shots, an awful lot of shots to take down the zombies. It's just not very strong. And you see, it's how long it takes here to reload the gun. Very, very, very slow process to reload. And that's another thing that hurt it, that kept it at the bottom of the chart. These guns really, I mean, each tier so far has had a very strong machine gun like this. Well, what I should say is a gun that looks like it should be a very strong machine gun. And unfortunately, I don't know why they made such a big, mean-looking gun and made it so weak. These guns should be at the top of the charts. They should have the, you know, the highest ammo, or the strongest ammo, I should say. They should have the strongest ammo in the game, but they just don't. So I think they really kind of made a mistake in how they, and what they did with these big machine guns. They should have given them more power, given them more strength to the ammo, more bullet damage, but they just didn't do it. So anyway, I went down and got it papped, and now you see I was holding over 300 rounds in the chamber. So this thing can shoot and shoot and shoot for quite a while before running out of ammo. Which actually is a good advantage, because even though it has a very, very slow reload rate, you don't have to reload it very often. But I couldn't really compensate for that in the chart. So I'm going to go down and raise this guy up and show you a little bit more of him, how he shoots when he's fully papped. Still, it seems to take a lot of bullets to take down the zombie. And there is actually a cola, the brown cola machine. You can get, you can buy it to increase the fire rate. I think it boosts it by about 33%, about a third. So in this case, the 800 would probably go up to maybe about 1100, or 1250. It would really jump up the fire rate, and the gun would do a lot more damage, considering how much ammo it has. If it would shoot, if it would just shoot faster. So to go on to the next gun in the list, and that'll be this one, the AKU-205. Pretty cool looking gun, but it just did not stack up. Damage of 14, which is not bad, but the fire rate was very low. Well, compared to the others, only 680 rounds per minute. It only held 60 in the chamber when papped with 510 in reserve. So a very kind of a slow, relatively slow reload speed of 3.7 seconds when it's fully empty. But it's a nice looking gun. I like the colors. So it came out of 7 guns, it came in number 6 on the chart. And you can see the factors that hurt it was not so much the fire rate, but the reload speed hurt it. And bullet damage, not really that strong compared to the other guns. I mean, they're all about the same amount of damage. That really didn't make much of a difference between the different guns. So it came down to really reload speeds, ammo capacity, and fire rates. And this guy had a slower fire rate than the others. It's got a good sound to it. I like the way it sounds when you shoot it. So I'm just trying to do what I always do, just turn and run from the zombies, get myself some distance, then turn back and shoot. Let me see if I work my way over and try to revive one of these players over here that went down. Somebody else is getting the other player. I think I got him, or he disappeared. I don't know where he ended up. I think he left the game. Anyway, I mean, it's not too bad of a gun. It looks pretty. It sounds neat, but it just doesn't shoot as fast as others, and the damage is relatively the same as others. And the reload speed was slower than the other guns. So I'm going to go get it popped into a different map. It took a while to get all the globes charged up with zombie juice, so finally got all the globes charged up and the Pack-a-Punch working. So now I'm going to get it papped up. And you see, it definitely does seem to have a good increase in strength after papping it. At least a noticeable increase. No, I just papped a RPG I had in this particular game. See, it's taking the zombies down quicker. So even though it didn't rate very well because of its reload speed and its fire rate, it still was, I think, actually a little bit stronger than the other guns. It came in at 14 was the rating for damage, bullet damage. Well, a lot of the other guns were at 11 and 12, so it was a little bit higher damage. To do a little more damage, take the zombies down a little bit quicker. But the fire rate was just slower. Yep, one of the zombies jumped down from above, right on top of me. So the thing you have to watch out for when you're down in this little hole down here, where the Pack-a-Punch is, that the zombies jump over the railing and jump down on top of you. And there's a mini-boss. I hate those guys. They're relatively strong, and they're probably, I think, the fastest zombie in the whole game. And if you're not careful, they can get right on your back and be hitting you without you even knowing it. Which I had happen one time. I ended up in the game, I couldn't see it at all. Never knew it was there. It was on my back and never knew it. And I backed up into a corner and it was still on my back and never saw it. And it ended up killing me. Never even saw the damn thing. And you would think you could see something that big, but when they're behind you, you just can't see them. He like stuck to my back like a backpack. I just never knew he was there. So anyway, this is the SR-25. Good damage, 39, but and a quick reload speed, but very low ammo, which hurt it. And I would say also the fire rate hurt it because it's a single shot gun. So about the second strongest gun in tier 3 next to the shotgun, but because of the slow fire rate and limited ammo, it brought it down on the chart. Because I actually, when I was playing this, I actually ran out of ammo with this gun, which you end up doing quite a bit in a lot of, you get into higher rounds, so you have more zombies to kill. You end up running out of ammo with a lot of these lower tier guns. So So these are the other players in here. They saw me. I kept going from corner to corner to corner to charge up these globes. And they started catching on after the second one. So they all followed me over to the next corner to charge up this last globe. It was the last one we needed to charge. Well, second to last one. We got that one charged, so I'm running down to get the other one. The last one that we need to get charged up. You see, this gun's just very slow at shooting. It's strong, but it's slow. So now we're going to get the green one. Got to charge up the green globe. And eventually they catch on. A couple of them come running down here to help me charge up this globe. You see, it's like completely empty. That's how I did. I started off with the blue one, then did the red one, then did the pink purple one, and now doing the green one. That's what you gotta do in the game. You gotta get all four of these things charged. I don't know how many zombies it takes. One of these days I might sit and count how many zombies it soaks up. But I think it's at least 50. I think it's more like 100. You have to kill like 100 zombies for each globe. I think that's how many it takes. Though I don't know for sure because I haven't counted it. Well, she was a little too close to the spawn. The zombie actually hit her right through the spawn there, through the boards. Got her between the boards. And I've had that happen too. You stand too close to the spawn, even though the zombies are behind the boards, they can still hit you. You gotta be careful of that. Not to stand too close. Somebody's down over there. I think I head over, or someone else heads over to raise them up, but I end up cutting this out to save a little time in the review of this gun. So we jump ahead, and oddly enough, even though I charged the red one in the previous map, we got into this map and it's saying it wasn't charged all the way. So it took another minute or two to charge up the red one again, and then I went to go and get this gun papped up. Yeah, if this guy could fire just a little bit faster, it would have made it much better. Because compared to the machine guns in this tier, it was much stronger. So I think it's finally done. I definitely have enough points saved up to get my gun papped. So I'm going to head down and get it papped now. Remember, it's down here in this little hole down here. That's where the pap machine is. So now it's working. I can get this gun papped up. It makes it another 50% increase in strength. And it doubles my ammo in my clip. So the ammo in the clip I think was only 20, and now it goes up to 40. I gotta be careful in this corner again. The zombie could jump down right on top of me or right behind me if I'm not careful. So that was just about the end of this gun here. We're gonna hop over to the next gun, going up the list. So now we're gonna look at the shotgun. I actually like the shotgun. I think if I went in, since I'm pretty good now at running away from zombies while I'm reloading a gun. It just takes so long. It's very disappointing how long it takes to reload these guns. So you see the fire rate's relatively slow, only 120 rounds per minute. That's if you can actually click your mouse button that quick. And I definitely could not do that with the SR-25. It said 260 rounds per minute, which I just don't believe. You just can't shoot it that fast. I can only get about 2 or 3 rounds per second, you know, clicking my mouse button. It just didn't work that well. And this guy's the strongest. A lot of these zombies it'll take down with one shot if it's a headshot. Get somebody down here. Try to get down here and raise them up. I think I got him up. Nope. He must have moved, or I just didn't give it enough time. I do that sometimes. I'm afraid I'm going to end up dying, so I end up jumping away and running. I got him this time. There's one of those pinheads. Even with the shotgun, it takes 5 or 6 rounds to take it down a pinhead. It took him down. So pinheads are one of the fastest zombies. You know, when I talk about, I did another video here, Need for Speed 2, sprinting and jumping. I found out that the pinheads are one of the 4 or 5 fastest zombies in the game. They are pretty fast. It's very difficult to outrun a pinhead. And he was right on that guy's tail. He just couldn't outrun him. Even though he was running away from him, he wasn't backpedaling. I guess he doesn't have any of the speed perks like I have. I have the Doomslayer speed perk active, which you activate before you go into the game. And I haven't got the blue cola yet though, but the Doomslayer helps me enough to keep me ahead of these zombies in normal mode. It wouldn't do much in hard mode. You gotta learn to sprint and jump in hard mode to stay ahead of the zombies. So I don't have enough points yet. I'm going to pat my gun. I'm going to jump ahead here, I believe. So I jump ahead, got my gun papped now. Had enough points saved up. So it increases strength from 50%, which took it. I mean, it's hard to judge the strength of these shotguns, because if you look at the chart and the information it gives you when you go into the game and you select the gun, it gives you like 25 times 5 or something like that, or 20 times 5. I guess it's kind of a dispersion gun, being a shotgun. So I guess it has, when you shoot it, ends up with 5 pellets coming out. And those 5 pellets could be spread out among 5 zombies, I guess. So, but I averaged it all out and worked it all out. I came up with a number of 95 for this gun. So an increase of 50% puts it up at like 140. It's a big jump. So most of these zombies it'll take down with one shot now. You just take them out one shot and they go down. And now reload, which is very, very slow. And you can cut it off actually. If you get like 8 rounds, you can start shooting. You don't have to fully load your gun before you can shoot. So, but anyway, that was the SPAS 12 shotgun. Now moving on to AEK 91. Not very strong, only 11. A little bit quicker on reload. Faster fire rate, 900 rounds per minute. So it just kind of squeaked ahead of the SR25 and the SPAS 12. Just a little bit ahead of them. And it was mainly due to the amount of ammo and the fire rate that put it up above those guns. And its reload is a little bit slower, just a little bit faster than the AKU 205. That's why it ended up ahead of that, and a lot faster than the MG4. But its reload speed, you see, is a little bit slower than the other guys above it. The G13 and SR2 and much faster reload speeds, which put them above this gun. So damage is not any stronger than the other guns. It just shoots a lot faster. So you end up doing more damage by having more bullets hitting the zombies in the same time frame, due to the faster fire rate. And you're constantly reloading because it shoots through the ammo so quick. It only has 30 rounds in the clip before you pap it. So those 30 rounds go very quickly. So it came in second best as far as machine guns, but the pistol came in above this, and I think mainly because the pistol had an even quicker reload speed of 1.5 seconds. The G13. So I do this a lot. I don't worry about zombies behind me. I just leave them behind me, and I try to focus on the zombies in front of me as I'm running. And I try to always keep moving. I try to go forward more than turn around and shoot. Try to just keep pushing forward. So now I'm going to get this guy papped. I have to get my care pack. You always want to get those care packages because they reload all your ammo. And you do get an extra 1,000 points, yellow points, that you use toward papping guns or buying colas. So now it's a little bit stronger, holding more ammo. Now it has 60 in the clip since I papped it. So now it can do even more damage. This guy wouldn't stand still, so I couldn't hang around there and raise him back up. That's one of my pet peeves about raising, trying to revive other players. You gotta sit still. If someone comes up to you and to revive you, just don't move. This is what I recommend in this game. I did this in my other videos. You gotta have speed to survive in this game. Normal mode, you can get away with getting the blue cola. It's a movement speed cola. And select for your perk, your yellow perk, before you go into the game. Pick the Doomslayer. It gives you another 10% boost in speed. And in normal mode, you'd be able to outrun all the zombies. But turn off your shift lock if you have that activated in your game. If you turn off shift lock, then you can sprint. You just hit the shift key and you can sprint faster. The pistol, not very strong, again, but 900 rounds per minute. Very, very fast fire rate. And 1.5 second reload speed. And the ammo came in just a little bit less than SR25. If you look at the numbers, ammo capacity was low. Bullet damage kind of low, but the reload speed was the fastest of the whole tier and had a very fast fire rate. So all these guns came in pretty equally stacked as far as all the statistics. They all were relatively equal. You see the spread, it only goes from 19 to 24 over the entire chart. Not a very wide spread between the rating on each gun. So you can pretty much, in this tier 3, I jumped ahead to another map. We had to get all the globes charged up and went into another map before I could actually get this gun papped. You see in the process, because all the globes were not ready, I ended up getting almost all the colas. I got 4 out of 6 colas already. I did not get the fire rate cola or that reload speed cola. The only thing I'm going to get here now, I just broke 4,000 points. I got to go get the get this thing papped so I can hold more ammo and make it a little bit stronger. But that really fast fire rate, 900 rounds per minute. This gun take these zombies down, even though it's very limited ammo. I mean, you only got 15 rounds in the clip right now. You'll have 30 when you get it papped. But it fires so quick and reloads so quick that you hardly even notice that you don't have a whole lot of ammo. So I'll get it papped up. There's another pinhead after me. These guys turn on the turrets, so I want to get off to the sides where the turrets are not killing the zombies so I can show you how effective this little gun is, this little pistol. Definitely the best pistol so far, I think, out of the 3 tiers because of its automatic fire rate. Just the amount of bullets it pumps into the zombies does more damage than you can with the other 2 pistols. Even though the other pistols have twice the bullet damage rating, they just cannot even come close to shooting as fast because they're single shot pistols and this is an automatic. So anyway, on to the last gun, SR2. Still low damage, only 11, but 2.31 reload speed, very quick reload speed for a machine gun, and 900 rounds per minute shooting rate, very, very fast. And it's going to end up with 570 total rounds of ammunition. So all the stats came in the highest for this guy, except for the bullet damage, but everything else was so high, it moved this little guy right up to the top of the chart. Very fast fire rate, and a relatively quick reload speed. So it just pumps a lot of ammo, a lot of rounds into the zombies because it's so quick. It's such a quick fire rate. See if I can raise this guy up down here. Oh, he left. I'm just going to spend this time down here in this area since I don't have the turrets interfering with my kills. Sometimes I don't turn on the turrets, especially in low rounds, because I want to get the points. I don't want the turrets taking the points from me. But when you get to higher rounds, like get above round 20 or so, and you got all your colas, you got your gun all papped up and ready to go, and if you want the rounds to move faster, then you want to turn on the turrets to get the rounds to go quicker. Now each round has two options to end the round. One is a timer. And I believe as you go higher and higher in the rounds, the timer gets longer and longer. And you also end up with more and more zombies. So it's two ways of ending a round, either by killing all the zombies. If you look at the bottom left there, you can see I got 63, 62 zombies left to kill in this round. But it's 2 minutes and 10 seconds left for this round. So that's how these rounds work. You get two options to end the round. Either kill all the zombies or run out the timer. That's what you pretty much got to do in apocalypse mode, is run up the timer. Because the zombies are so hard to kill, you just can't kill them all within that time period. They're too strong. So now I got the gun. No, I haven't got it papped yet. I have to get a few more points. Now I got 4,000. I'm going to pap the gun up now. Takes 4,000 points to pack a punch. So this has good, even damage way off in the distance. You see I'm taking these zombies down, and it's not even insta-kill. So this little guy here, actually, because of its speed and reload, its speed and shooting, really helped it to the top of the chart in this particular tier 3. But again, all the guns are relatively close to being equal. You know, the spread in ratings went from 19 to 23. Not a very large spread ratings for these different guns, so you wouldn't do bad to grab any gun that you want out of this particular tier if you want to play tier 3 guns. And after this, I'm going to show you how all three tiers stack up next to each other. I'm going to show a chart where I tally all three tier, all the guns, show you which ones come out on top and which ones come out in the bottom overall. And you can take your time to look over the chart. I do it by color. The blue is tier 1, red is tier 2, and green is tier 3. And you see the rifles, obviously tier 1, tier 2 rifles at the top of the chart because they're so strong. And RPG, the tier 1 RPG coming in third. But you see that tier 3 guns, you know, obviously going up in tiers, guns get just a little bit better each tier you go up. SR2 and G13 now are the top guns besides the rifles. They passed the MP7 from tier 2 and the 870 MCS shotgun from tier 1. So, and unfortunately, the big big machine. Yeah, I think the big machine guns. There's MG4s down the bottom. M9 pistol. M4 is another big machine gun. He's about mid chart now. PKP, I think, was another big machine gun. He's down the bottom. You can tell by the really slow reload speeds. MG4, PKP, LSAT. LSAT was a tier 1 kind of beefy machine gun. Not really that beefy, but tier 1 level. I think that poor guy's going to end up at the bottom throughout all the tiers. He's going to be the worst gun of all. And they shouldn't be. These guns look big, they look mean. Their bullet damage should have been rated higher. They should have been given more damage. It just doesn't make sense, you know, logically looking at these big machine guns being beat out by little guys. It doesn't make sense. But that's the way they did it in the game. Anyway, hope you liked the video. If you do, give a thumbs up. I'm going to try to continue on through the tiers. I've only made it into tier 9 on my main account. This is my second alt account here. I went using my alt account to do some of these charts because I wanted to start fresh, work my way up, and record videos as I'm working my way back up through the different tiers. So I'm hoping eventually, if I remember right, tier 10 takes like 90,000 points or 90,000 game dollars per gun to buy the guns, so, or 75,000. It's just going to take a long time, I guess, to get through tier 10 because that's a lot of game points. Anyway, if you like I said, if you like it, give a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, share it with friends. If you know anybody who's interested in checking out these reviews of the different guns and the different tiers, and subscribe. Greatly appreciate subscriptions. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.